like we said, we got the meat birds all, now we have available space and we get to put all these egg layers into the coop. So we've been trying to figure out what's the best way to keep them in the coop, let them understand, get acclimated, and then understand the whole process of going out and coming back in instead of us chasing them around. So many people and things that we're finding, if you don't stick them into their coop long enough, they don't get adjusted and feel like that's their new home. So for us, 2 months we've been inside the house in our indoor brooders and spreading them around from the house, and then every day we've been bringing them out to the coop and letting them, you know, have their time. So I feel like they've gotten accustomed to their coop as part of their home and their routine, but their home was inside the brooder at night in safety. So what we're going to do is we're going to err on the side of caution. A lot of people are saying, you know, 1 day, 2 days as farmers in the field, but other people are saying, you know, you need to do like 3 or 4 days when you're putting them in a coop and they're going to stay in the coop. So what we're going to do is I'm going to err on the side of 4 days, unless there's some other reason to change that, and I'll keep you updated. But here they are right now. I stuck them into the coop, and remember, we have the 9 from the original egg layers, and then we have 6 from the newer ones. So they're definitely over 2 months on the first set, and coming up to about 1.5 months on the second set. So there's a little bit of size difference. So we need to make sure to watch for anybody pecking on each other, eating each other, hurting each other, because we'll have to separate them. So I'll be looking through that. But right now there are 15 birds in here, and hopefully I made enough roosts and space and they can get away from each other. Check it out. Good morning, ladies. Hello. Or good afternoon, since I just stuck you in here. Okay, so we got one that's roosting. All of the rest of you guys were sitting nicely and hanging out. Nobody's, let's see, any bloody war wounds or things going on with you guys? No? Hi, Kiwi. Kiwi's up top. Okay, so we've got all the new girls. I'm noticing. So all the younger ones are over here. So we've got the 2 red sex, amber sex links, and then we've got the leghorns and the ramblers. They're over here. And then right in the middle seems to be the bigger ones. We've got Beyonce, the Chiquitas, and Bagel, and Kiwi seems to be up top hanging out there. It's not nighttime, so I guess maybe that's why they're not, you know, up top. But Cocoa Puff, Beyonce, all the bigger ones are on this side. So it's kind of like a little polar happening here, polarized. But I guess the strength in numbers, maybe the little girls all back over here seem to be not getting pecked because they're staying together. Maybe that's a good little system they figured out. I did put 1 feeder here, and I did give them a 2nd feeder just in case. And then I also gave them water on both sides. That way, I didn't really know what to expect. I was just kind of guessing, but I figured that these ones were bigger, and if they did end up not liking the little ones, they might end up not eating or not drinking. And it is kind of hot right now, so we're in NorCal, and it is, you know, in the 80s and 90s, so I don't want these birds getting you know, dehydrated. So they are drinking down the water pretty good. I'm at less than half on these, and it's been 3 hours, so I am gonna have to stay on top of that. And you guys are looking good. All right, we'll check back in 2, 3, 4 days and see how you guys do, so that we can let them out and get that process moving. I almost forgot. So something else that we've been trying to do during this quarantine time is trying to get our hands on a cheaper way, a more organic and healthy way, instead of just using, you know, the Purina organics. And I know that it says organics, but you can never really truly trust. I'm not saying anything bad about Purina. All I'm saying is I really want to know where these things come from and what they're eating. So I was able to find, we've got a local feed store here that I was able to get some cracked corn, some Milo, some wheat, soy. So we've got all of the components of making, you know, basically what you buy, without the probiotics or without, you know, that powdered down crumble. You can actually see a very big difference. So this is what the powdered you know, the crumble and, you know, all of the stuff that they've been eating, which is organic, is versus, you know, actually what they're probably, you know, supposed to be eating. So I just took equal parts of all of the ingredients, the cracked corn, the Milo, the wheat, and the soy, the roasted soy, and just put it all in here. And as you can see, I feel, you know, and I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think that the birds eat ground down things in nature. I think the whole purpose of them having a craw and having, you know, gravel that goes in there and mushes it and mixes it and crushes it and grinds it down is the whole, you know, digestive process of what they normally do. Now, I'm not sure also how natural, I guess the argument could be, chickens are, because they probably were something very, very different when they were in the wild, and they're probably completely centuries different now over breeding and things. But I do believe that maybe the basic chemistry is the same. They still have a craw, so that hasn't, you know, evolved away or de-evolved. So they still have a big bag that's made in the front of their throat, which is made for holding gravel, and you watch them scratch and get gravel, and you watch them digest that way. So I feel like this is a better thing. I know that when we put it down, they just go bananas over it, so that's really cool. They seem to be happy, and they're still eating their, you know, the crumbles too. So they are getting a well-balanced diet, but they've eaten a lot less than what they have been eating. So hopefully this will get the bills down. I think for 50 pounds of this mix that we're making, I'm down to just over $16 with tax. And the bag for 50 pounds of the Purina is at 22, I believe, right now, 22 plus tax. So I've gone down, you know, quite a bit of money. The birds seem to be happy. I'm still fortifying, and we're just going to see how that transition goes. But if it does work out, it's going to be cheaper. The birds might be happier. I'm not sure, but I do know that I can see and know where the food is coming from, and I can see the whole grains, and I can see, you know, I feel better about that as well. When it's hot outside and the chickens are in the coop and there's nothing to do, what do? We
swim in the chicken brooder.
We swim in the chicken brooder.
Push up.
Are you taking a dip in the brooder?
Yes.
In the chicken brooder?
Ew. It's chicken push-ups.
Chicken push-ups. Chicken swim team? So how was that? Was it everything you dreamed of?
Totally.
Colder than you thought?
Boots is going crazy. He wants the water.
All right, well, today day 4. The birds have been good. Nobody's been picking on each other. Everybody's been kind of sleeping and calm. We've kept the food in there. We've kept the water in there, and kind of excited. Hopefully it works out that the girls, good morning, Beyonce. Hello. Oh, they're just too much personality. So who wants to come out here? Let's see if they will come out here. Whoa! They are so ready. There's one of the Chiquitas. There is Bagel. Hi, guys. Oh! There comes Big Head. They're free. I know, guys. I'm sorry I kept you in there for so long. 4 days. Fleek is peeking out, and I see a lot of movement in there. Anyway, they are, whoa! They are all over the place. This is good. This is good. All right, so the plan again is 4 days they stayed inside of the coop to get acclimated to their new home, so that the goal is that after lights out, when the sun goes down, they should want to go back up into there. Something that I've also been seeing a lot of people doing is putting just like a little light. So I'm going to throw a little light in there later on tonight, and then, you know, we'll update this again.
to see if they will all make it back up in there, because what is the goal? The goal is I don't want to be chasing chickens in the middle of the night trying to get them back up in there. And these are not the fat meat birds that are just hanging out on the ground. These are the ones that are like agile, mobile, and as you can see, they fly. We haven't cut their wings yet. I'm not sure if we are or not going to. So I don't want to be wrangling chickens at nighttime. I want them to go back up in there when they're supposed to. So pretty cool. We've got a few out, if you can see. So we've got, yeah, we got 4 down there, and then we've got some people peeking out, taking a look. Let's see if I can release you here and go for a walk with this from the tripod. Let's go see who's in here. Excuse me, Cocoa Puff. Let's see. Oh, hi. You guys want to come out here, or are you going to hang out? You're just going to hang out inside for a little bit? Here's the little birds. Yeah? You're just going to hang, you're just going to come up and chew on me. Okay. All right, this one always eats whatever. Still your fingers, your hands. Well, it's nice to see everybody is still getting along. Nobody's bleeding. No war wounds, no craziness. All right, down under here we've got Big Head and Bagel and one of the Chiquitas. Very cool. All right, anyway, so that's it. 4 days, locked them up in the penitentiary, and they are out now. Hopefully things go well. Check back with you tonight.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you smash that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos. Bye-bye.